We are going to begin by reviewing our DMR from yesterday, which is not subtraction games. Your DMR from yesterday, we had 19 people complete the Google form quiz. Not bad for the first day, but there are 29 of you. So we need those other 10 to get on it. So remember, this will be released on Seesaw every day. We're going to go over each question today since it's our first time. And then we will, we'll go over each question for the first time, and then we will take a look at the questions that we're struggling with on Wednesday. But for the first day, we'll go ahead and go over each one so you understand the expectations. So first of all, select all that are equal to this number. This number is 472. So we can see that this is 400 plus 70 plus 2. 472. You should have chosen that one. It says select all that apply, so we know there's more than one right answer. This number also says 472 in standard form. This next one is where we started to get confused, okay? So this next one is where we have 400s, so it's like telling you about the blocks. We would have 400s, we would have 7 10s, we would have 2 1s. 472, so that one is also correct. The last one was not correct because this has 8 10s, and we know that 70 only has 7 10s, so that one is not correct, okay? So 472, these are the 3 answers that you should have had. Looking at question number 2, what is the value of the underlined digit? This 8 is underlined, and this 8 is in the hundreds place. So this has a value of 800. We can see that by writing the digit and changing each number after it to a 0, 800. Number 3, add. Use your whiteboard or math notebook to work the problem. Regroup if needed. Type the sum below. Now, most of you had the correct answer, but you added more than the sum. So if you write a number and then say like, is the sum, it's going to count it as wrong because it only asked for just the sum, okay? So when it says, what is the answer, only put the numbers here, okay? 9 plus 8 is 17, so I carry my 10, put down my 7 ones. 1 10 plus 8 tens is 9 tens, plus 4 more tens is 130, so I carry my 100, put down my 3 tens. Then we have 3 hundreds plus 100, that's 400, plus 3 more hundreds, that is 700. So the answer that you should have typed here is 737. That's it. If you typed the whole problem, 389 plus 349 equals 737, even though you're right, that's wrong because the Google form only wants the answer. So only put the answer on these problems, okay? Last one, a few more of us got this one wrong because we're still practicing regrouping. So when we see it says subtract, use your whiteboard or math notebook to work the problem. Regroup if needed, type the difference below. Again, that means we only want the number answer. 869, subtract 148. 9 subtract 8 is 1. 6 tens, subtract 4 tens is 2 tens. And 800 subtract 100 is 700s. So the answer that you should have typed here is 721, and that's it, nothing more. If you type is the answer, you are wrong. It only wants the numbers, okay? You will have another DMR that will be released to you today at 12 o'clock for that afternoon work time that you should work on as well. It will be on Seesaw, but there will be a link to click on that will open you up to Tuesday's DMR. On Seesaw, you will upload a screenshot to prove that you have done it, okay? Remember, on Fridays, we will have the quiz. So you have on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to practice and log into office hours and ask questions. On Friday, it's too late to get help because you've had 4 days. It is now time to show what you know on the quiz, okay? What questions can I answer about DMR? Any questions about DMR? Okay. Sophia.
We're gonna have this every day?
Every day, that's correct, during that afternoon work time of 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. Aiden L. Aiden L, you'll need to turn off the music. You can't hear me teaching while you're also listening to music with lyrics. Let me know when you got that taken care of. Aiden G.
So what are we doing, because I just joined?
We're getting ready to start our math lesson. All right. Yesterday, we began a 3-act task, but we did not get to finish it. So you have this assignment, the subtraction 3-act task. I'd like for you to go into your responses and open it up from yesterday. So remember, you'll need 2 screens open. You'll need your Zoom screen. You'll need your Seesaw screen. You can split your screen so you can see us both, or you can have 2 tabs so you can switch back and forth, whichever works best for you. But you will need to see your Seesaw work and me on Zoom sharing my screen at the same time, okay? As you are opening that, I'm going to remind us of what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we began problem solving. We see that our goal here is to solve real-world problems using addition and subtraction of whole numbers within 1,000. There are several examples of ways that we can do that, such as drawings, equations, and symbols. We practiced a real-world problem yesterday with my friend Graham. We began by watching a short video of how far a disc flew that my friend Graham threw. We asked questions about this video, and some of the questions that we came up with, I knew the answers. I knew that it took 3 throws to get to the basket. Why did he throw it like that? Because he's a pro. Where did the disc go? It landed in the grass. Why did he stand there? That is the beginning spot. It's where you take your shot. How far away is the basket? We didn't know that yet, but we do now. Where is this? In North Carolina. The math question that we are solving, the real world math, is how far did the disc fly? That's what we're figuring out. We were able to figure that out by taking a look at our information that was shared with us. So I'm going to pull up that information now. We saw yesterday that the disc flew, or the whole course was 179 meters. We saw that the disc flew from using our trundle 65 meters. So the length of the hole was 179 meters. The disc flew 65 meters away from the basket. So we have to figure out what is missing, okay? So that's where we stopped yesterday. You can see this nice drawing here that shows us where we are, right here. The whole course is 179 meters. It has 65 meters more to go. We are trying to figure out how far did he throw. So we're figuring out what is missing, okay? I hope that word missing is giving you a clue as to if you are going to add or subtract. Think about if you are missing something, do you add it to your life or is it subtracted from your life? Think about that. Now we're going to take a look at our lesson slide, which is show your work. You now have all the numbers that you need. You know that the disc course is 179 meters. You know that he is 65 meters away from the basket. Now you are going to begin to solve your work. Show your work. So solve this problem any way that you choose. I'm going to turn on a timer. You're going to take about 4 minutes to solve this any way that you choose. You might choose to draw a picture. You might choose to write an equation. You might choose to use place value blocks. However you choose to solve, you need to solve this equation within 4 minutes. You need to have a math answer, okay? So go ahead and on your page that says show your work, you are going to solve this problem using this information. The length of the hole is 179 meters. The distance from the basket is 65 meters. We are figuring out what is missing. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how far did he throw the disc from the beginning to where it landed. All right, go ahead and
We
solve that
don't have
problem
that
now.
page.
That is correct, you do not. You are solving it on the work page. That's why I said you'll need to see both screens so you can see my work and yours. I'm going to go ahead and bring this timer down here, make it a little bit smaller, and begin that timer for 4 minutes. So again, you're solving this math problem now with what is missing, and go.
Oh. Where's the assignment?
The assignment is on Seesaw, just like all of our assignments are. Levin,
What problem are we doing?
you are working on the page that says show your work, and you're using the information that we learned yesterday. Yesterday we stopped right after we learned the whole hole is 179 meters long and he is 65 meters away from the basket. You're figuring out if he still has 65 meters to go, how many meters did he already throw? You're figuring that out using math. Aiden L.
I don't got the assignment.
It is called Subtraction 3-Act Task.
All I see up here is subtract, the other work. I don't see it on here.
I'm pulling up your screen. Hold on. Okay, scroll up, all the way up. Go all the way to the top. Okay, scroll down one by one until you get to the one that says 3-Act Task.
Here it is.
There you go. Terrence.
What are we supposed to be adding?
I don't even know if you are adding. You are solving this problem. How far, our question was, how far did he throw the disc? So we can see that he threw the disc this far. We don't know how long that is, but we do know that he only has 65 meters left. That's what you are figuring out. Little timer disappeared. There we go. 1 minute left. 1 minute to solve this problem any way you choose. Using a picture, using numbers. And I'm a little bit confused because as I'm looking at your screens, I'm seeing quite a few people that are on different slides. So Josh, you're reviewing what you did the same as other students, and we haven't even seen any other students' work yet. So that doesn't seem to make sense to me. Anton, you're working on your hamburger paragraph. Aiden H, you're on your hamburger paragraph, and I'm not sure I understand that because we're in the middle of math right now. Chris, you need to open up that assignment and begin working on your math. I see that Justin has chosen to draw a picture. Levin is writing an equation. Awesome. Terrence has an equation. Sin-Q has an equation. Jalen, you are on the DMR. You need to be on our assignment for math, which is our 3-Act Task. All righty, I see most of us have an answer. Angel has an answer. Levin has an answer. All right, that'll take us to time. Let's go ahead and review. So now I'm going to have you share your strategy. And as you're sharing, I want you to think about these questions. Did you solve the problem the exact same way as someone else? I also want you to think about how was your strategy different from someone else's, okay? So as you are looking at others share, did you solve the problem the exact same way? And how is your strategy different from someone else? So several of us are going to share our work here, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to come over here on Dino and click at random. And boom. All right, Josh, go ahead and share your screen with us, please. You're going to share your work with us. So I've given you permission. Josh is the only one that should be clicking on that share screen button. Josh, I can see that you are on your work page. Go ahead and click the share screen and unmute for us, please. Awesome, there you go. All right, go ahead and unmute so you can explain your work to us. All right, so explain to us what you started to do and what your thoughts were with that work. Go ahead and share your screen again,
So,
please.
I was trying to like put what I saw, like I was trying to put like this and stuff. I was trying to do that, and then I wondered, like, that's a lot of inches. So if he's right here, and the basic's right here, and then I counted, and then I got 90 meters.
What do you mean by you counted?
I mean, like, I didn't like count, but I was just looking at if he's right here and the basket is here, if I memorize the video and how hard they need to throw it, then that would mean he threw it like this, and then that was a hard throw, so then that means it might have been like a long while. So I thought 90 meters.
Okay, so what you have done is you've drawn a picture, which can be a great strategy. The problem is your picture is not what we call to scale. So it's impossible to just look at it and know, oh, that's 90. So we need to use math, which would involve the numbers that we learned yesterday. So go to slide 3 for me real quick. Go to slide 3.
Okay, 3.
So yesterday we learned that the hole was 179 meters long. The course is 179 meters long, and he's 65 meters away from the basket. So these numbers need to appear somewhere in your math work. So I want you to go ahead and work on that while we're continuing on. You need to have the numbers 179 and 65 somewhere in your math work. Go ahead and work on that as we're continuing on. Let's see here, I'm going to click on another person. So we've seen a drawing as a strategy. Let's go with Levin. Levin, go ahead and share your screen with us.
Nope. Yes. So what I did.
Awesome, Levin, so explain.
So I did 179 minus 65. 9 minus 5 equals 4, and 7 minus 6 equals 1. And then that's 14 meters.
What does 100 minus nothing equal?
100.
So put your 1 there. I think we just forgot that tiny step. Okay, so Levin, tell us why you subtracted. Why did you choose subtraction to solve your problem?
Because he already threw it. Because
Oh, so it's already done. So if he already threw it, that part's done, right? He doesn't have to throw it again. It's already in the past. So you're removing it because that's already gone. We're already that far. Am I understanding that?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Levin. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Levin has used an equation. We saw a drawing from Josh. We saw an equation from Levin. Angel, why don't you go ahead and share your screen with us? Angel, go ahead and share your screen. Oh, did he pop off here? Oh, his Zoom must not be working. Let's see. Darn, I can see his screen over here, and he had a drawing that was pretty helpful. Okay, let's go with another random one. Let me click over here. Are people falling off? I have less people on my Zoom now. Well, I guess we better keep going so we can give people a good video. Alrighty, Brayden. Brayden, go ahead and share your screen with us. You have an interesting drawing that I'd like to see.
There you go.
Go ahead and click share screen so we can see your work.
I did.
Well, you'll need to click on what you want
There
to
you
share. There you go. Awesome.
So
All
what
right, so share with us what you did.
So I put the red stuff right here on like right here. So I put it right here, and then I like when I put the line, I put it, and then I went to see on the video where it was, and then in the hole landed near the water, and then the hole was over here. So I thought it was what's called 95, but it was not.
Okay, so you drew a map of the course. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we would need to label your map with the information that we learned yesterday. Okay, so let's go to slide 4. It looks like slide 4 on yours. Okay, so right there, that's the information that we need to label. The hole was 179 meters. The distance from the hole was 65 meters. So when we're solving with math, we know that we're going to be using those numbers in some way. So go back to your map on slide 2. And we need to get these numbers in here somewhere. So show me the part of your map that shows how big the entire course is. Where's the part of the map that shows how big the entire course is? Yeah, that longer stretch. So we need to put 179 next to that line. So 179 to show that that's the distance of the whole course. Go ahead and write that somewhere, 179. I would do it next to the line that shows how long the entire course is.
So the line is right here.
Okay, so let's put 179 right next to that line. Awesome. So this is called labeling. So when we draw a map, we'll want to make sure that we label it so that the readers of the map can see the exact distances that they need. Okay, so now which part of your map, Brayden, shows how far away the disc is from the hole? So where's the disc and where's the basket? Where's that
The
at?
disc is right here, right here.
Okay, and where's the basket?
The basket's over here.
Okay, so we need to label that with 65 meters because it's 65 meters away from the basket. So put a 65 somewhere near that. Awesome. So now, as Levin just shared with us, we are going to subtract 65 from 179 because that's what is left. It gets rid of what he already threw. So go ahead and work that out as we continue to see some strategies. What more strategies? Let's see here. Terrence, go ahead and share your screen for us, would you? So Terrence, explain to us what you did. Terrence, I don't think you're unmuted. Can you go ahead and unmute yourself? Oh, you are. There we go. There you go. Alrighty, go ahead and explain.
What I did was this right here is the 179, and then the 65 is right here. And what I did right here No, so this is the answer, and then I minus the 1 because that goes minus this, and that's 4. So then I drew the disc is right here, and then this is where he is, and this is the hoop.
Okay, so you use place value blocks to help you with your subtraction. And why did you choose to subtract? Why didn't you add?
Because he's minusing how much he already did through.
Awesome. He's getting rid of what he already did, okay? Let me go ahead and share this with you guys. So one thing that we don't want to do, let me open this up here. Get a little piece of paper I can write on. Awesome. So this is what we don't want to do. What we do not want to see happen, and I'm happy that I didn't see many people doing this, we don't want to add. So if this is the whole course, which is 179 meters, let's go ahead and put the basket here. There's our chains. And let's go ahead and put my friend Graham right here. So he started and he has 179 meters to go. He got his disc and he threw it. There it is moving. The disc landed right here and it only has 65 meters to go. So what we're doing is we are subtracting or getting rid of the distance that he already threw. The disc already went all this way. So we're going to get rid of it or subtract it. What we can't do, we cannot add these. Because what that does is that says, in fact, the course is not 179 meters. It is 179 meters plus 65 more. Can we just magically decide that we're going to make this basket move? Can I just snap my fingers and go, ha-ha, move, basket, go this way? No. So it doesn't make sense for me to add. I can't just decide that this course is going to be longer when they've already told me the course. So when I look at my instructional slides here, the course right here is 179 meters. There's the map. I can't just go, be bigger, add more, and it happened. That's not real life. So in real life, it makes sense for us to subtract or to get rid of what Graham already threw. So Graham already threw this much, and we're figuring out how much it is because we're getting rid of what's left. So again, as you all saw, our correct answer is 114 meters because that means that Graham's first throw was 114 meters. And if we check ourselves, 114 plus the 65 that he has left, that should equal 179. Let's see. 4 plus 5, that equals 9. 1 plus 6, that equals 7 tenths. 100 plus, and look at that. It does. It equals the 179 meters that we already knew our course was, thanks to our friend Graham's map. Okay? So subtraction is a very helpful way to solve this equation. So I'd like for you to just look at your work and see what makes sense and see if there's anything that you'd like to change, okay? Now, maybe you saw a strategy from a friend that you thought, wow, that's a really great strategy. You can add that strategy if you like, okay? But I want you to turn in work that you feel proud of. On slide 5, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. What is one thing you did the same as another classmate? So maybe you and another classmate both use subtraction, or you and another classmate both drew a picture, or you and another classmate both use place value blocks. And also, what is one thing you did differently? So what did you see someone share today that was different than the strategy that you had? You're gonna go ahead and write those 2 things now, okay? I'm gonna give you some work time, and then we're gonna share out what we did the same and what we did differently from our classmates. So go ahead and work on that. Finish up your math page and record what you did the same and what you did differently as someone else. All right, and while you do that, I'm going to take a few questions. Aiden L.
I didn't know that we was doing almost the last one because I did the second one. I did slide 2.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You can get caught. You can get caught up. That's no problem. Take your time. Sophia.
The reason I was not here Monday and Friday is because I got my new house.
Well, that's exciting stuff. Once you get settled in, make sure you make up for that schoolwork that you missed, okay? You don't want to fall behind. There's quite a few projects we're working on that need to get caught up. So on your slides right now, you should be looking at what you did the same as someone that you saw and what you did differently. Nice. I see that a couple people are saying something I did differently was I changed my answer when I saw I made a mistake. I love that. We will make mistakes in life and we will have the opportunity to correct them. We can learn from our mistakes. We grow from them. So it is great when we see a mistake because that's an opportunity for our brain to do better. Awesome. I love drawing attention to mistakes. It's one of the best ways we can learn. When we do things perfectly, our brains get bored. But when we are making mistakes, it's proof that it was a challenge for us. It's fantastic. Alrighty. Alrighty, I'd love to hear from some people to share, but I'll be honest, my Zoom right now is a whole bunch of gray boxes. I can't even see your faces anymore, so I'm not sure if you're there. So hopefully, when I call on you, you will be able to share. Let's see, SinQ, would you be able to share your screen with us to tell us what you did the same and what you did differently? Can you share your screen for us?
Okay.
Oh, yay, you're there, yay. All right, so tell us what you did the same as a friend and what you did differently.
So me and a friend, we both subtracted because I got wrong. At first I had a plus, but now I have a
So talk with us about why you changed it. Why did you change from addition to subtraction?
because I saw my addition was wrong because I saw it was actually subtraction and I didn't know.
Okay, why was addition wrong? Why can't you just add 65 to the course? Why can't we do that? Oh, you're silent. Maybe your connection froze. SinQ, do we have like a genie that we can just ask, hey, make that bigger for me right now. Go to North Carolina and do it. Do we have a genie that does that for us?
Nope.
No. So we can't just decide like, I want to make this course in North Carolina bigger, so I'm going to add more. Right. We can't do that. We can't just decide it's going to be bigger. So subtraction, because we saw that Graham already threw something. He already finished that part of the course, so we were getting rid of it. Awesome. Thank you. All right. What did you do the same as someone, thank you? Or the differently. You already said the same. What did you do differently?
I changed my problem since it was wrong.
Why'd you do that? I love that. Thank you for being so like just bold and saying I was wrong. Because we are going to be wrong in life, right? We're going to make mistakes. You guys have seen me do it 100 times. We're going to be wrong, and that's not something to be ashamed of. It's actually something to be proud of because it shows that we were smart enough to figure out that we were wrong. So our brain was thinking extra hard because it was able to go, oh, wait, that's not right. So thank you. I appreciate that. Awesome. All right, what did we do the same? What did we do differently from other people? What did we do the same and what did we do differently? Let's hear, again, I'm doing kind of a risk here because I've got a gray box, so I'm not sure if you're there or not. VNA, let's hear from you. You there? You there, VNA?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Can you share your screen with us? Tell us what you did the same as someone and what you did differently. So what did you do the same as someone else?
I added 179 plus 65, and I know 179 is plus 65 is 174. So I started counting, and
Got your answer? Okay. So talk with me about why you added. Why did you add 65?
because the hole was far away, so he threw it 65 meters to the hole, and so I added that.
Okay. Can you go to slide 3 for me on your work, slide 3? Awesome. So the hole is 179 meters. Can you just decide that it's going to be bigger? So we should not actually be adding because, so look at your addition work. That addition work shows that you added 65 meters to the hole. So you just made the course bigger. You just snapped your fingers and said, nah, that's a lie. You're going to be bigger now. And I don't have the power to do that. Do you have the power to do that? Are you magic?
Yeah.
Ah, dang, I was hoping you were. I had a few things I wanted. No, we're not magic. So we can't just decide that we're going to make something bigger. So we would have needed to subtract because you're right. He threw it. He already did that. It's done. It's over. So we're getting rid of it. Okay. So go ahead and check out that work again and see if you can figure out what that answer would be when we're using that subtraction, because we're getting rid of what Graham already threw. It's over. It's done. It's gone. Okay. We cannot just decide, boom, we're going to make something bigger. Vienna, thank you for being very brave and sharing your work. I know that that takes a lot of courage. You are awesome. Fantastic math brain. Love it. Okay, so here is the point of what I want you guys to see from this real life practice. We can't just see two numbers and say, I'm going to add them. I'll just use the plus sign. We have to put it in the context of a real world situation. We have to think what makes sense. And hopefully by now we've realized it doesn't make sense to add these, because I cannot sit here in Indiana and just decide magically that I'm going to make a golf course bigger than what it is. Boom, be bigger. No. So we can't add any distance to that. So what we can think of is, wow, Graham started here. He threw the disc and it landed here, but he's still got to go all the way out here. He already did this. I can get rid of it. It's gone because he's already finished this part. So now I've just got to figure out what's left. Okay. So it's getting rid of that. It's eliminating it. It's subtracting it. So when we think about math in real world, it's going to take a minute to pause. Guys, we just solved one problem and it took us 2 days. And you know what? It was some of the best math work we've ever done. I saw so many brains learning, and I saw so many people making mistakes and fixing them. One problem took us 2 days. So if you're working through a problem and you're done in a minute, ruh-roh. That's not going to be great work. Okay? it takes time to think through, what does this actually mean in the real world? What would actually happen? Would I be adding things to make them bigger? Would they be getting smaller because I've already used them? You've got to think through that, okay? So don't be ashamed when it takes you a long time to get your work done. It's okay. It's supposed to. All right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our 3-act task. Fantastic work today. And that's perfect because we have 3 minutes until lunch. So that gives me some time to go through some final reminders, okay? One, I want to remind you that you will have a DMR that will be released to you on Seesaw. So when you go to go ahead and click that check to turn that in today, guys. So on your 3-act task, now that we're done, when you finished up your work, you can hit the check. In your activities at 12 o'clock, you will get your DMR. It looks like this. Just like yesterday, you're going to click on that link and it will open up the form for you that has 4 questions. Again, it's just like what we have been doing. It's going to have number forms, the value, addition, and subtraction. So at 12 o'clock, that will unleash to you and you can work on your DMR. The second thing that I want to remind you of is what I reminded you of this morning, because I'm looking at your screens. Look at this, guys. I have 2 screens now here. Oh, my wire is between my 2 screens. See this? So I can see you on Zoom and I can see what your screens are doing at the exact same time. Uh-oh, masseuse is getting fancy. So hey, because I have that, I could see that even though I told over half the class that you don't have reading logs done and you're failing because of it, y'all were still not doing them. So let me just, even though I literally say it every day at 2:20, I'll show you guys again. Open up a tab of Google, go to your classroom. If when you click on these buttons, it doesn't say classroom, that's super easy. Just type classroom into Google and it'll pop up. Look right there, Google Classroom, easy. Click on Google Classroom. You're gonna go to Miss Seuss's class. You're gonna go to your classwork, and right here, guys, are all of your reading logs. I had 3 of you open up a reading log and click turn in, and it was completely blank. I know y'all know better than that by now. You know that you do not get work just for turning in a blank piece of paper. Just like at school, if you walked up to me with a piece of paper that was blank and said, I'm done, y'all know better, okay? You need to do the work. I'm giving you grace and giving you this extended opportunity to get this work done, okay? All of your reading logs are here. You should click through each one and make sure that you have done it if you are a person who got a note on Seesaw that you did not finish your work, okay? Reading logs, reading logs, reading logs. They are majorly hurting your grade, as they should, because you have not been practicing those skills. So you need to get that skill practice in of reading and thinking about what you're reading, okay? All right, our schedule for the rest of the day is 11:15 is your lunch and recess, that's right now. At 12 o'clock, you have work to do on office hours. You have your DMR, you have your makeup work, and a lot of you need to finish your transition words from this morning. So you're logged back on, you're working at 12. If you're done, you are working on Prodigy and Zern. At 1:35, it is your last day of related arts for STEM Lab with Miss Mosier. And at 2:20, you will log back on for dismissal announcements. Okay? All right. That is all that I have for you. Justin, I'd like for you to stay logged on so we can talk about what you said in the chat. Colton, I want you to stay logged on because you had some things that you turned into me that I want to look at. Everybody else, I will see you at 2:20 if you do not need me at 2 o'clock. Bye.